Yes. Honestly, I don't know why I'm so excited. I'm happy for Jason J for retaining his position as the head of house in the Big Brother house. So, I'm Caris and I am bringing to you the update about the head of house challenger game today. So, earlier this afternoon, Biggie called the housemates, in preparation for the head of house challenger game. And then he asked the head of house, Jason J, how has been your position, as the head of house? And he answered and said, Biggie, it's been frustrating, like I cannot lie you, it's been frustrating. And then one of the housemates said challenging. So he said, yeah, that's the right word. Challenging. It's been challenging, Biggie. And then Biggie said, head of house Jason J, you use the word frustrating and challenging. If that's the case, this piece of information might be of help or of use to you. And you say, okay, Biggie, bring it on now. You don't understand this. And then Big Brother said, housemates, you're going to have the head of house challenger game. They weren't prepared, they were not pre-informed, and they were like challenger game. Big Brother said, head of house Jason J, you're going to have the housemates contest with you, and you are going to fight to retain your position as the head of house, which is the head of house challenger game. Oh, okay. And then one of the housemates asked, so Biggie, does it mean on Sunday we're going to have the head of house game, and then on Mondays we're going to be having the head of house challenger game? He said, yeah. And they were like, oh, I think I like it like that. I love the twist. I love the ginger. Yes, girl. So Biggie told them that they are going to be having the head of house game on Sundays, and on Mondays they're going to have the head of house challenger game. That is it. So Big Brother asked Jason J to pick 5 housemates who are going to contest. To compete, to compete with him. And then he selected 5 of the housemates, 3 male and 2 females. He selected Rude Boy, Brian Morgan, and Kocho, while he selected Sultana and Day Day. So the 5 contestants they went into the arena for the head of house challenger game. So the game, Big Brother explained the game, like from the first to the second to the third. And Kocho kept asking Big Brother, please, one more thing. Is it that we go from here to there? Yeah, they just need to be clarified. And Big Brother kept answering their questions. And the game began, of course. Kocho was the first that went. And at the end of his game, there was this particular game that was really challenging for him. It was really more like a snooker board where you have to roll. You need to roll the ball. Big Brother said there are 2 holes, one big hole and a smaller hole. The ball should not go into the big hole. It is meant to go into the smaller hole. And the challenging part is the bigger hole is at the front while the smaller hole is behind. So when you roll the ball, there's a passage on the right and on the left of the board where the ball will have to pass through to get to the smaller hole. And it was really, really challenging honestly, it was challenging for Coach. I actually thought he was going to give up at that point, but the housemates kept hailing him like, don't give up, you can do it, and he eventually did, and then went on to the third game. Coach stopped his game at 10 minutes 48 seconds, and then he was able to either gain 3 more seconds or lose 3 more seconds. Or he was given 3 more seconds, and his total minutes were 10 minutes and 51 seconds. That's for Coach. And then at that point, Rude Boy, he's been saying, oh, I'm really pressed, like my bladder is full, I need to ease my bladder, and it was really, really full. And then he had to like, Big Brother, please, I need to go ease myself. And Big Brother said, housemate, yesterday you were supposed to use 2 minutes, you were given 2 minutes, and at the end of the day, you spent 5 minutes. So because of that, rude boy, have your seat. Meaning, rude boy, no go anywhere. You're not going anywhere. At that point, I felt like, oh, and he was going to play the game as well. I was really feeling for him, and I wouldn't know how do you feel about that? Like, how would you feel if you were the one who was really pressed, preparing for preparing for a game, and Big Brother said, "You aren't going nowhere." He said, "Sit down." He said, "Big Brother, I am sitting right now, but Big Brother now." So the second housemate that went for the game was Bright Morgan, and then he went through the game. He was able to maneuver his way on the board, and then at the end of the game, he spent 4 minutes and 36 seconds, and he was able to secure on the last board. He was able to secure 1 second, so the total time was 4 minutes and 35 seconds. And the housemates were like, "Oh shit, Brian Morgan." Okay, so that was for the second housemate. And then the third housemate was Dede. And she really, I think Brian Morgan gave her a hint on how to maneuver her way on the board. So she was able to impute that. And guess what? Dede, at the end of the game, she spent 4 minutes and 19 seconds. Yeah, 4 minutes, 19 seconds. And was also able to secure herself 3 more seconds at the end of the third game. And I mean 4 more seconds. So our total time was 4 minutes and 15 seconds. 4 minutes. At that point, I really thought that day was going to be the end of house. But okay. And then the next housemate that went for the game was Rude Boy. And Rude Boy went, let me shock you. Rude Boy spent 2 minutes and 55 seconds. 2 minutes, 55 seconds. I was also able to secure himself 2 more seconds. So he spent 2 minutes, 53 seconds. I'm telling you, that was really, really good. That was good. And I said, okay, we still have 2 more housemates to go. Let's see what's going to come out at the end of the game. So Sultana didn't bother. I mean, she didn't stress herself. It was like she was giving the vibe of, I beg, I know they contest with you now. Make una keep your head over house, whatever. That was the vibe Sultana was giving. She didn't stress herself. She was just doing her thing, her way, and because already we had I mean, the time to beat then was 2 minutes, 53 seconds. Sultana then stressed herself and she was unable to finish up before the time elapsed. And the last contestant, which is the head of house, Jason J, came on and he had to beat Rude Boy. Rude Boy was 2 minutes, 53 seconds. So Jason J needed to beat that. I mean, to finish up before 2 minutes, 53 seconds. And I already thought at that point that no. I don't think Jason J would be able to make it. But guys, let me shock you. The head of house really proved and really, really competed. He really competed to secure and retain his post as the head of house with 2 minutes 46 seconds. 2 minutes 46 seconds. And also he was able to secure himself 2 more seconds, and the total time was 2 minutes 44 seconds. Imagine, that was an interesting game. It was an interesting game. It was a game of test. I mean, it was a test of balance and speed game. And at the end of the day, head of house Jason J retained his position as the head of house. I am Caris, and if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, you need to do that right now. Subscribe, like, share this video, and we'll bring you more updates on the BBNaija season 10. I'll catch you up. Bye.